We are looking at these cold temperatures. Right now it's 24 in Albemarle, 20 as you head into Wadesboro, 25 in Monroe this morning, and 27 here in Charlotte. So it is certainly cold, but we look at live radar and we're pretty dry here across the area with these clear skies as well. We are anticipating a colder night, of course, because when we have those clear skies, any heat that we trap to the surface just goes up to space, and then those temperatures cool down. That, of course, is called radiational cooling. So that's what we're seeing here across the area as we look at live radar. But heading through the day today, I am anticipating some more clouds. So we'll call it partly cloudy skies. Highs today similar, maybe a couple degrees lower than what we had out there yesterday. But let's go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room, and it's this weekend as we head through mainly Saturday, really Friday night through the entire day Saturday into early Sunday morning. We are looking at the potential for accumulating snow here across the Carolinas. Somebody will see it. Right now, my confidence is starting to grow that somebody will also get what we call dry slotted, where you don't have the moisture. The moisture gets robbed by dry air. Now here across the Piedmont in our area, across our 22 counties, it's looking a little bit more likely. We're tracking an upper level low pressure, and then we're tracking that coastal low. Now, so we have two kind of moving components. That upper level low right now will likely be bringing us some of these showers. So how much dry air is in place and the track of that coastal low are still huge questions as we go into this upcoming weekend. So I'll show you my latest thoughts and those computer model trends that James was showing you in the last couple of hours coming up here in just a few. But you look at this 10-day temperature outlook, and boy, I mean, it's so cold. Look at Saturday. We have no shortage of cold air for any type of winter precipitation. And thankfully, we are looking all the way from the cloud down to the surface. That's going to be cold. So we're not looking at the mixing. We're looking at snow. It's just how much snow. Could we get an inch? Could we get 6 inches? Right now, all of that's on the table. So just prepare for snow as we head through this upcoming weekend and prepare for this prolonged cold. Again, we are going to be well below average. Hill, 24 degrees, though it's chilly. Concord 27 with Boone this morning. You are so cold. Per usual in January, sitting at 10 degrees, 26 right now in Charlotte. So it is a nice kind of cotton candy looking sky. It is chilly though, 23 in Hickory this morning. Good morning, Lincolnton. You're sitting at 23 as well, 26 over in Shelby and here in Charlotte as well. Here's a check of that day planner. We'll be increasing these highs to low 40s, so about 40 to 42 as we head through the day today. Partly cloudy skies, so it will be another very chilly day on tap. Now as we look toward the next 3, yep, snow, it's in the forecast over the next 3-day span. So we are still fine-tuning this forecast, and trust me, I wish I was confident enough to tell you the exact totals that we're anticipating. This is just a really tricky forecast. We have an upper level disturbance, a surface, and we also have dry air that's going to be mixing in. One thing we know is going to be cold enough for if we get that precipitation, it's all going to be snow from the cloud all the way down to the surface level. So 42 for your Thursday, come Friday, 44 by Saturday. 25 degrees, you guys. That's a high temperature. So we do have winter storm watches that have been issued from 4 p.m. Friday until 7 a.m. Sunday across our entire area, meaning winter weather is looking likely at this point, meaning accumulating snowfall. So just in the way of snow coming off the heels of any ice, I do want to let you know we're looking at snow. Let's go ahead and talk the setup though. We have this upper level low pressure. This is kind of that burst 1, if you will, of snow. And now I don't think it's going to be an all-day Saturday snow event, but we are looking at the track of this upper level low. If we see it shift a little bit, that could rob us of some snow, and some of that dry air could end up mixing into the west. Now, one thing, this is one model that I'm showing you, one of our in-house kind of shorter range models. So we're looking at this area of low pressure, the upper level low, and then the surface low as well. Now, where does that coastal low track? Is it closer to the coast and and can the upper level low and surface low stack? So there's a lot of dynamics that are coming into play for the Carolinas to get a boom forecast for snowfall. If we have more dry air and if that coastal low is farther offshore, then we're pretty much robbed of moisture. So we look at the next weather system right now. Confidence is still there. I would say that we are going to see measurable snow in terms of several inches. Now it does depend though on both of those low pressure tracks. So if we see that low pressure off the coast that's developing farther offshore, I do think we're going to get some more dry air, which will bring down our snow totals. So right now, I know this doesn't look low by any means. This is the model data that we're looking at this upcoming weekend, where basically these numbers that you're seeing right here, these are our high temperatures as we head through the day on Saturday. So prepare for this chill. It's 22 right now in Statesville, 26 down into the Queen City, 24 in Gastonia. Let's head up to the high country. Good morning, Boone and West Jefferson. You guys right now are sitting at a cold 10 degrees, 21 as you head down toward our southeastern counties there. Wadesboro, 21 degrees. Cheraw and Rockingham this morning at 25. So live radar right now not showing too much going on. We do have some clouds out there. I'll call it partly cloudy skies that are out there as we travel through this Thursday morning. But of course, let's look ahead as we head into the afternoon. So no 20s for highs. Still going to be very chilly though. 42 under partly cloudy skies as we head through the day today here in the Queen City. Let's go ahead and get a glimpse. I made this graphic for you. This is one of the latest computer model runs. Look how much dry air is here. Now I could show you another one and this would be all blue and white, meaning a lot of snow. There are still so many uncertainties in this forecast as we head through this upcoming weekend. What we do know are still confidence is growing that accumulating snow will be in place across areas of the Carolinas. Where do the heavy bands set up and who gets dry slotted? I know this is like kind of me joking. I'm not going to put out this forecast, but honestly, I could put out a total maps that say 1 to 9 inches of snow, because that's really what we're dealing with. It's going to be a boom or bust. Some people are going to be very disappointed. Some people are going to be really, really happy if you're a snow lover. The timing is going to be as early as Friday p.m. through the entire day Saturday. That we have some questions on an upper level low and a coastal low. Exactly where do those track will depict our precipitation, at least the totals across the area, and then how much dry air, who gets dry slotted, because I am banking on some people not getting as much accumulation. Could that be out toward Raleigh? Could it be westward toward Charlotte? Those are still some questions and fine-tuning details that we do need to nail down. One thing we do know, any precipitation that falls, which we are expecting some, will just be snow. From the cloud all the way down to the surface, that entire column of air is cold. We don't have a warm nose that's above freezing, so we're going to be dealing with snow. But you look at the 10-day temperature trend, and I mean, it's so cold. Again, we're sitting at about 25 right now. That's our high as we head through the day on. What do they call them?
Believers.
Believer. No, I was. It's interesting. We both thought we would marry him, and here we are. Ryan, I love you. I'm glad I married you. 24 in Gastonia, 25 in Charlotte right now. Linkington 23 rather. So it is very cold outside. It's 10 degrees right now in Boone and in West Jefferson right now. So we certainly are hanging on to that cold air, and it's going to be another chilly day, below average, guys. And James and I were just joking. There's still some sleet on the ground, and it's going to stay there at this point. I mean, through the weekend, we have actual high temperatures that will only be topping out in the 20s to where we're sitting right now. So we are still going to see some icy spots, I think. Really isolated, few and far between, but still possible out there. Here's a look at your Thursday forecast. We'll be touching again low 40s as we head through the day today under those partly cloudy skies. Temperatures do not warm up. In fact, quite the opposite. We go from 44 through your Friday with more clouds in the forecast to 25 as we head through the day on Saturday with snow in the forecast. So let's get right to that forecast. We have a winter storm watch that has been issued by the National Weather Service just about an hour ago. So from 4 p.m. Friday until 7 a.m. Sunday, we have all of our 22 counties, actually 98 out of 100 counties in the state of North Carolina, all under this winter storm watch. So we have snow that is heading our way as we head through this upcoming weekend, but we do still have questions. So let's look at those with future track. So we're looking at the synoptic and dynamic setup here. We have this upper level low pressure, and then we have a coastal low pressure as well. Can these stack, and exactly where do they track? That will depict our snow totals, not the precip type. We know it will be snow. Any moisture we have will be snow, but we're looking at the totals because we have to look at how much dry air is in place. And again, if this upper level low shifts, which right now I'm not thinking it will, we could have a boom forecast though if the upper level low and that surface low end up stacking, or if that surface low tracks a little bit closer to the coast. So again, still a lot of possibilities and uncertainties, but right now, several inches of snow is likely across the Carolinas. I can confidently say that, but will we get some more dry air building in, or could areas like Raleigh get dry air? And some neighborhoods here in the Charlotte viewing area might pick up 7 inches. Those are all still possibilities that are on the table. I know we're a couple of days away, but just prepare for several inches of snow right now. That is certainly what I can tell you. You look at our model data, this is pretty similar up in Boone as well, but I am showing you the Charlotte area. So graph, the European, the American, the GFS, the NAM, all showing several inches of snow. Now, I am kind of buying this for the Charlotte area, but is it possible that we get dry slotted, meaning robbed of moisture? Possible, but right now my thoughts are that's going to be a little bit more toward the Raleigh area. So stay 3 right now in Hickory. So it's certainly very cold out there. You look at live radar right now, and we're dry here across the Carolinas. Totally different radar as we're tracking this system as we head into this upcoming weekend. Let's get to your day planner first, though. We'll see these highs topping out at about 42 degrees. We'll call it partly cloudy skies. Lows once again about 24. So we're still going to have this cold air in place as we head into this tonight, tomorrow morning, and then heading through this weekend as well. So let's go ahead and talk about the weekend. We do have snow chances increasing. I would say several inches likely here across our area. I say that with pause. I'm not putting up my map just yet. I will here shortly because I am thinking I will put the disclaimer. If someone gets dry slotted, meaning robbed of moisture, your totals will be lower because there are still some uncertainties. The question, the track of the coastal low, and then how much dry air and exactly where that dry air sets up. There will, on the contrary, be pockets of really heavy snow bands that set up where you could have a boom forecast and have 6+ inches. So there's still some uncertainties in this forecast, but the timing as early as Friday p.m. through Saturday. So that's kind of the snapshot and my headlines of what I'm anticipating as we head through this upcoming weekend. Look at Saturday though, guys, as we close January with snowfall, we're looking at highs only to be about 20 right now on the board. Here's a check of the day planner. As we head through the day, I've been showing you this, and guys, temperatures really not going to warm too much as we head through the day. We're only touching about low 40s, so 42 degrees for that high. That's 10 degrees below average as we head through the day today. So prepare for that chill, rising just a couple of degrees, but with this northwesterly wind, I mean, it's just hard for these temperatures to warm. And with some clouds as we head through Friday, 44, probably going to feel a little bit cooler as well. Come Saturday, 25 degrees with, some snow forecast here across the Carolinas. Let's get right to it. The National Weather Service has issued a winter storm watch in place from 4 p.m. Friday through the day Saturday until 7 a.m. Sunday. So we do expect the timing. It's becoming more in line. So we're looking at likely to see snowfall as we head through the day Saturday. There are still some question marks, and I made this graphic for you to just kind of show you the challenges and what we're dealing with when it comes to this forecast. This is one computer model. So we have an upper level low pressure system. This piece of energy I do think will be in place. If it moves a little bit more to the west, I mean, we're right on the edge of some of this energy bringing us snowfall and enough moisture to get that leading edge of snow as we head through the first half of Saturday. Can this upper level low and that surface low that's tracking offshore, the coastal low, can they get a little bit closer and end up stacking? That would give us a boom of a forecast if that ended up happening, but that's a big if. Now, how far eastward or westward does the coastal low track? All of those things will depict our snow totals here across the area. Right now, I'm not ruling out some people in the Carolinas getting what we call dry slotted or just robbed of moisture. Now, I'm still forecasting several inches of snow here for our area. I'm just not ready to tell you. Is it 2 to 5? Is it 3 to 6? Could you get dry slotted? I'm not confident in that just yet. But we look at our next weather system, several inches of snow is likely and the chance is increasing here across our area. So I am going with that upper level disturbance closer to us with the area of low pressure a little bit closer to the coast. Now, if that low moves farther off the coast, we're looking at some more dry air here across the area. But you look at the model data and you say 6, 7, 10 inches. How is your forecast not confident? Well, this isn't all of the model data that we're tracking to tell you just yet, though. I do think some areas could end up with a boom forecast if they get stuck under what deformation bands or heavy bands of snow. Is it possible someone in the Carolinas gets 8 inches to a foot? Yeah, it is. Is it possible some areas get a dusting to an inch? Yeah, it also is. So unfortunately, there will be people that are upset with this forecast and people that are really overjoyed with this forecast. We will try to nail down the totals for you coming up in the next 12 hours or so, but this is a tricky one. We have a lot going into play here. We have a winter storm watch that is in effect from 4 p.m. Friday until 7 a.m. Sunday. This is covering all 22 counties here across the WCCB Charlotte area, 98 out of 100 counties in the state of North Carolina. So this storm means business. Right now we're in a watch. We'll likely get upgraded to a warning in the next about 24 hours. So we look at future track. We have an upper level low system. I do think that this piece of energy will be here to give us enough snowfall. Is that surface low tracking closer to the coast? If so, we're up in those totals here. But another question, could we see a dry slot, meaning areas get robbed of moisture? Also a possibility. I'll have a more in-depth look at what we can expect as we head through this upcoming weekend coming up here shortly. Now they don't. So this is frustrating for meteorologists because we have so many advancements in science and technology and data that you think that we could say, hey, we're 48 hours out. We're going to have a slam dunk forecast for you. But unfortunately, there are still a lot of uncertainties in this forecast. We have an upper level low. We have a coastal low. Where do those track exactly will depend on who gets stuck in a deformation band, meaning a heavy band of precip of snow, or who gets robbed of moisture and sees some dry air. Those are all possibilities. So if I was being honest with you, my forecast map across North Carolina would say 1 to 18 inches. I'm not going to do that for you. So I'm waiting to narrow this down a little bit. 24 in Lincolnton, 26 in Shelby and in Charlotte. Right now we're 25 as you head toward Morganton. Let's check out your forecast as we head through the day today. We'll be about low to mid 40s here across the Piedmont. Of course, cooler as you head up toward areas of the high country. Ashe, Watauga into Avery counties, 27 for Jefferson, 30 in Boone, 29 as you head down into Newland. So do expect the chill out there as we head through the day today. Now let's go ahead and check out your weekend snow chances. They are increasing. I will say I'm confident that we will get several inches of snow here across our 22 counties. So do prepare for snow. I went out yesterday, full disclaimer, bought my kids some snow boots. I am confident we will see snow. How much, though, is still a question. The timing as early as Friday night through Saturday. We have to see where a coastal low tracks. I've talked about this all week. This area of low pressure developing along the northern Gulf Coast, near the coast of Alabama and the Florida Panhandle. Where exactly does that track once it's near the Carolinas? If it's farther offshore, less moisture, lower totals. We also have to see who gets dry slotted, robbed of that moisture. We have seen situations and scenarios like this in the past, and there's some areas, which one computer model right now is saying it's Raleigh, that ends up with hardly anything. So here's what we're looking at when it comes to the surface low. If it's closer to the coast, several inches of snow will be likely. If it's farther offshore, then it's going to take that secondary moisture away from us. Yeah, that was really good. You need to clip that. 26 in Shelby and in Charlotte, 25 in Gastonia. It is very low. I mean, 11 in Boone right now, 12 in West Jefferson. So it is very chilly outside. Please bundle up as you head out, as the kids are heading out as well. We're going to stay cool as we head through the day, only touching the low 40s, about 42 degrees for that high temperature. We are looking at partly cloudy skies, so not total wall-to-wall sunshine. We'll have some clouds, but overall, it's going to be a decent day compared to what's coming as we head into this weekend. We do have a winter storm watch that has been posted for 22 counties in our area. That's everybody. For 98 counties out of 100 in North Carolina and a lot of South Carolina. So we have another round of winter weather. This time, thankfully, we're just looking at snow. We're not looking at a mix. We're going to be below freezing from the cloud all the way down to the surface. You remember, I've talked about this. We look at the entire temperature profile of the atmosphere. We look 4,000 feet above our head, even higher up, and all of that's going to be below freezing. Now, we do still have some question marks, not in precipitation type, but in precipitation totals. We have an upper level low pressure system. We also could, question mark, have some dry air. And then where does that surface coastal low track? So there are a lot of synoptic and dynamic features playing into this forecast as we head through the next about 24 hours. I mean, we better be able to fine tune this for you a little bit. That dry air very well could go away, but I'm not banking on that right now. And we will see a boom forecast if we don't have the dry air and if that coastal low is closer to the coast, because we get the upper level energy and then we get the moisture from that surface energy as well. So we look at this next weather system, say that upper level low does what it needs to do, produces a couple inches of snow. Now, could this coastal low track close to the coast? If it does, we're looking at more of a boom forecast, 5, 6, 7 inches of snow here across the Charlotte area. If it tracks more offshore, we could end up with maybe an inch or two of snow. So that's why I have not put out my total snowfall map just yet, because there are still uncertainties of these tracks. Remember, that surface low has not even formed yet. Models are pretty on board with that surface low closer to the coast, though, and that upper level low amplifying a couple inches before that surface low brings the moisture. So do prepare for several